Hello everyone, welcome back. We would now like to invite our dear judges to give their comments. Any of the judges may begin?
Okay, first of all, yes, I would like to congratulate to all the voters. Can hear me, right? Okay, basically, we are not here to judge in terms of the merits of the case, but of course, we need to ask some questions to assess your understanding on the law, the substantive law. But I may have a few things to address. Like I think most of you address the judges as Your Honor. I'm not sure whether this is part of the advice from the committee, but normally at the High Court level, you may address the judges as my lord or my lady, because we are understanding of the High Court scenario, not perhaps International Court of Justice. They may address Your Excellencies and etc. So perhaps during your final round, you may address the judges as my lord or my lady, because Your Honor normally we use to address judges at the Sessions Court and the magistrate level. Okay, I think in terms of the rest, I think you can improve how you articulate your argument, make it clear. Don't rely too much on the text. I noticed perhaps some of you are reading from your laptop. We can see your your eyes reading, and then try to avoid every time the judges ask some question, you want to pull with the I understand your concern, give me a moment. I think that shows lack of confidence, or perhaps you can improve on that part during addressing the queries from the bench. I think other than that, perhaps my sisters can share their view.
Ain, you want to go first?
Okay, sure. Thank you, Hizri. Okay, councillors, thank you for your presentation and submission, and congratulations. Okay, first of all, I would like to address about the when the judges ask you questions, sometimes you have this tendency of not understanding the question itself. So I think if it's possible for you guys, if you didn't understand it, you guys should ask us to rephrase our question. And then okay, in your submission, I noticed that if possible next time when you are stating the case, preferably you can use it, you started with the in the case of yada yada yada, by referring to yada yada based on the case of yada yada yada, because I saw that you guys stated in the paragraph for the cited case, this is because you state the case, and then this High Court in you state the case. So I think it's better for you to start with in the case of what, by referring to based on the case, something like that. And then one more thing in the submission, I noticed that there's no consistency in using either parties, which what I meant is actually for the appellant, you are using appellant respondent. Sometimes you mix up with the appellant respondent and then the names of the parties. So sometimes the judges will get the tendency to get confused. Yeah, I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Okay, I think a lot has already been covered. First of all, I just want to again congratulate all of you. Job well done. I think if I had a choice in university, I probably wouldn't volunteer to moot because it's so stressful. Can I just ask what year of your law degrees are y'all in? Final year, first, second year? Nobody wants to talk. Everybody's so scared.
From the appellant, third year. We are from third year students.
Third year, so you got 1 more year to go.
2 years.
2
more.
years.
2 years.
Oh, it's
I think
5
we
years.
have
Okay.
5 years.
Right,
We are
right.
5 years.
Okay, okay. So you guys can brag with the doctors. You're like almost as long. Brilliant. And then for the respondents?
Your first year.
Oh, okay. Very well done. To all, regardless of the year you're in, I really applaud the courage, I think, to really take this up. I must say that I am very taken up by that. I'm just going to go to the points which have not been touched. I agree actually with everything that Encik Hizri and Cik Ain has said. And I know there's a distinction between a moot competition and real life court. Because we are practitioners, maybe I'll just focus my advice a little bit more onto what to do in real life, okay, in court. Go directly to your point. If, for example, a duty of care is not in dispute, there is no need to define what a duty of care is. There is no need to convince the court that there is a duty of care. If it is not in dispute, maybe make the point, move on, right? Especially in an appeal, you have very little time. So if you are the appellant, the first thing you want to do is tell the court, the high court here, how the court below had erred. Number one, the court was wrong because X, Y, Z. Secondly, the court was wrong because X, Y, Z. This is my evidence, right? Whereas if you're the respondent, you want to do the converse. You want to tell the court, look, the court below was actually right because this. So just go to the point. Right. Now I wanted to also, I think I do admire the breadth of the research. So I know there are researchers here, right? I also want to congratulate all of you. I am very impressed actually with the amount of research that's done. But for court purposes, aim with the highest authority and the best authority. There is no use in, you know, having an entire string of authorities. But for example, all of them are high court. So I know that, you know, I still have leeway to sort of disagree. But if you're telling me your authorities are Court of Appeal and Federal Court, I can't run away from it, right? And if you talk about MetNet, the highest authority in our country today is the Federal Court decision in Zul Hasnima. Not one of you cited it. How come? Everybody went to Full Fiona, which is correct. But Full Fiona has been interpreted in so many different ways. So I guess the point here is, the accuracy of the point of law that you raise is absolutely important. Because if the judge happened to know, I'll give you another example. Always check whether your law is good law. I'm not sure which team, was it the appellants, who cited Samarkand, Dr. Turai Singham, 2012 High Court decision. I saw it in one of the, I think it's the appellant. That has actually been overturned by the Court of Appeal. And just so happened, the only reason I know is because we actually lost in the High Court. So I knew that case. And then we went to the Court of Appeal. So just be very careful. Okay, some judges, they really don't like it if you're giving them bad law, because they may rely on it only to find out that actually, you know, it's bad law. Okay. Be very careful with your concessions. When the judge asks you questions, sometimes they're a bit naughty. They try and trip you up. I do apologize. I think I was being a bit of a rascal there. Please don't concede on points which will distinguish, will destroy your case altogether. So just be careful. If you are not sure, then maybe you might want to say that, you know, I see the force of your argument, my lord or my lady. However, our submissions are, and then you reiterate back your submission so that you don't deviate, because you may agree with the judge and then you may say something else, but in the judge's mind, dia dah setuju, right? So the minute you agree with me, and you know, then for me, it doesn't matter lah, you agree with me, you see? Always anticipate what your opponents are going to say and what the judges are going to ask. Yeah. And when the judge asks you a question, please answer the question first, and then you can explain. Because when the judge asks you a question, it means they have a query in their mind. And if you're able to just knuckle that down very quickly, you sell yourself to them quite well, actually. Yeah. And my final advice would be, I know it's easier said than done, but just try and relax. Okay. Judges are human beings as well. Everybody is nervous, right? The judge is also anxious. He wants to finish it. She wants to finish it. Your opponents are also as nervous, but just prepare as much as you possibly can. That really is the key, I think. And then on that day, you just have to rest assured that, you know, your preparation is sufficient. Okay, I really echo Encik Hizri when he said, please don't read because we can really see. I know virtual and everything, you can have half your screen, you have your notes, half is this one, but you still can see. So maybe what you can do is maybe have points that are going to trigger you, or maybe the first few words of the sentences. It's up to you, it's very stylistic. Okay, but try to do that, because I notice a lot of you, when you're answering the questions, you are so much more natural. Yeah, so the ability is there. So just bear that in mind. That's all for me. Thank you very much. And congratulations again, everyone. Regardless of the decision, I think we're all winners. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Hizri, Miss Ain, and Mrs. Charlene for the feedback. We will now proceed with the photography session. Everyone, please look into the cameras and smile. Everyone's ready, right? 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3. Okay, last. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Before that, please give me a moment to check whether the pictures is perfect.
This is the most important thing, my Sarah.
Yes, probably. That's
I
correct.
agree.
Can we do one with like a filter or something?
Yeah.
Am I the only one?
Okay,
Hey,
come on,
I don't
everyone.
want to be the only one.
Mr. Charlie to add some filter.
Okay.
Yay.
I'm not so used with the filter.
I think me too.
Okay, everyone's ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, give me a moment to check.
Let me take this off because people might think I'm like a clown. Hold on before you send us to the other room. Okay.
All right, our picture is perfect. Everyone's perfect. Okay, and now I will thank you, everyone. We have now come to the end of this session. You may choose. We invite the participants to go back to the breakout room for the announcement session, and we also invite for the judges to go to the main room as well to hear the final announcement, to know who are going to the final room. Good luck, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.